Oh yeah. I get around.
Guys, welcome back. It's your host, Kevin Taylor. I'm back in the studio with my two very good buddies, my pals, my contributors, my homies, my woadies, you know. Guys, introduce yourselves for the people.
That's a lot of name. I just go by Dougie.
Big Mike.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, we talk Eagles. And look, this segment here is roundtable discussion. We did one last week. A lot of you guys slid in our DMs telling us how much you really like that. So
Do you like us?
So that's pretty cool. But look, we've got another roundtable discussion coming at you. You know the rules. And if you don't, here are the rules. It's 12 minutes, and in the last 3 minutes, we try to get off our final thoughts and try to be done on time, 12 minutes with, you know, the discussion, right?
Right.
Okay? So we try to get it done that way, but anyway, let's pick up the other energy. I feel like, I don't know, once the camera's
tight.
yeah, like a little
tight.
You know, I mean,
Like a huddle.
listen,
Huddle.
this week has
30
been
seconds time out.
crazy. I don't know if you guys, I mean, have been seeing all this stuff in the news. You know, the Eagles are obviously trending right now nationally. Jake Elliott is the GOAT. You know, but anyway, that's not the topic here. Here's the topic for this roundtable discussion. Can the Eagles survive with the injuries they've been plagued with on the defensive side? And that's not even touching Darren Sproles on the offense side. This is, you know, just, you know, the defensive side. So right now, what do we got? Doug, you got the injuries for us.
Yeah, so as of Wednesday, the injury report list did not participate. Ronald Darby, obviously, with the ankle. Fletcher Cox, he's expected to miss 2 to 3 weeks. Corey Graham, Jalen Watkins, and Destiny Vallejo.
Right. So when I look at the injury report, guys, I see, you know, even though guys come back, I wonder about 100%, right? So in the secondary, obviously Darby is out. He's our best player as a cornerback, right?
Right.
We've got McLeod. He's coming off a hamstring. So, yeah. And how about we go ahead and start that timer?
Yeah.
Boom. Okay. So 12 minutes on here. So you know,
Started
that's
after the injury report.
Right.
There we go.
So, you know, and then you've got, so McLeod, will he be 100%? We know Hicks went out with an ankle this Sunday, and obviously we missed
my
him
boy.
in the middle of the field with an ankle. Is he 100%? Cox is out on the D-line, who always gets a double team, 2 to 3 weeks. Can this defense survive? And if so, how do they do it?
I hate saying it, but I don't know. I liked what I saw from
You don't got the answer, Sway?
No, we don't have the answers. But I liked what I saw specifically from the defensive backs for the majority of the Giants game. But then you just had that massive fumble. But honestly, I want to forgive them because most of that was just Odell just being Odell, and he's gonna get his regardless. And as much as I'd like to do that, we're not going to shut him down, especially with those guys.
No, you can limit him, contain him.
I think they gave a valiant effort considering, you know.
Yeah, what they had, for sure.
And we won't face too many more dangerous receiving cores than the Giants over these next few weeks until people come back.
Right.
And I mean, Kev, you were there at the game. You told us before you came on camera here, it was hot.
Yeah, it definitely was.
It was hot. You could tell they started getting tired back there. They were paper thin.
Right.
At fourth quarter, they gave up, what was it,
24 points.
24
in the fourth quarter, I believe.
So, I mean, you could tell it was a little bit of fatigue. It was a hot day. No subs.
I mean, it was uncommonly hot then. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, but look, to me, I just don't want to forget that right now, the defense is the strength of the team. The offense still, we have not seen the offense, on all cylinders chugging away. You know, we've seen some broken plays. We've seen fluke plays. We've seen, you know, Carson Wentz making things happen. We've seen late heroics. But we haven't seen the offense come out and really fire away like crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
And really, I don't know when that's going to happen. I know it needs to happen. But if the offense isn't, you know, because last year we did see the offense fire on all cylinders in some points.
First half of the season, really.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if the defense is not at full mass, if they don't have their entire, you know, if they're not rocking, with an entire lineup. To me, I don't see how they can survive.
We're not rocking.
Right.
No, exactly. Like I saw, like the same thing happened last year. We had injuries. The defense let up as is. If they're not all together, you can expect 7-9. In my opinion,
That's tough to hear.
that is tough
That is
to hear.
really tough to hear.
Because, well, think about it. Like the Giants, their offensive line sucked.
Awful.
We did not get one sack, and Fletcher Cox went out, and obviously, Eli was getting the ball out in 2 minutes. I mean, 2 seconds. 2 minutes. Yeah, I wish.
Yeah.
Like,
Imagine.
yeah. So I mean, like,
minutes.
if all right. So if our defensive line isn't getting any pressure,
Right.
that means that Jalen Mills, who's going to be over, Rasul Douglas, they now have to really cover. They have to cover.
Right.
That's true.
And looking forward at these next games, you got the Chargers, followed by the Cardinals, and then the Panthers. And going into that, Fletcher's going to draw a double team for all three of those teams.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to hope that he comes back, at least for the Cardinals.
Right.
And, I mean, he's going to draw a double team. It's going to free up the rest of the defensive linemen.
Yeah.
And it's really just going to screw up the whole defense, really.
Exactly.
Because we're not going to get as much pressure as we're used to getting when
Right.
Fletcher's man in the middle of that defensive line.
And you look at the Chargers too, and we were talking about this offset, and literally, Phillip Rivers is top 3 in the league against the rush. I mean, he does well against being blitzed.
He gets that ball out of there.
He does. So you have to deal with him, and you can't blitz him.
Right.
Is the thing. You have to really scheme.
Get your 4 guys in there.
Exactly. 4 guys got to get home.
Right.
So if we can't get home with 4 guys, well then Phillip Rivers is going to be Phillip Rivers. Like he going to have a day.
He's not going to be the 0-3 Phillip Rivers.
And they're 0-3, so they're going to be playing.
He's desperate. You are literally so here's the thing, right, guys? And this is a good point too. I'm so happy you guys brought up that they're 0-3 because what we played on Sunday in Philadelphia was a desperate Giants team.
That was a definition of desperate.
Desperation. Yeah. 24 points in 1 quarter, desperation.
Division game, you're 0-2. You don't want to go down 0-3 to your cross state.
Exactly.
Rival,
absolutely.
State,
yeah, right down the road.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. So
down
then
95.
you're facing another team that is desperate. Literally, we could have potentially ended the Giants season. Not really. There's 3 games. They can bounce back. It doesn't happen often.
They usually do.
Yeah.
But you could literally end the Chargers season.
Definitely could.
You could end it after this week. It's a fourth of the regular season is done.
Yep.
You could end the Chargers season 0-4. Goodbye. You're done.
Especially in that division.
Yes.
With
Best
KC
division.
undefeated. Oakland just got stomped, but we have to take that one with a grain of salt.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Broncos.
And then the Broncos.
And then the Broncos.
We don't know what we have there.
Best
with
division
them.
in football.
Yeah, I would say it's the best division.
Yes.
If they go 0-4, you can.
They can wrap it up.
Yeah, you can
exactly. You can. They can
airmail
forget
the rest
about
of the
it.
season.
Yeah.
Right.
Pack it in. Hit the showers.
Right. Honestly.
So when I think about that, you're going to understand. You are going to be playing someone who is backed into a corner. Their back is
Right.
up
They're
against
going
the
to pull
wall.
out all the stops.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another thing I wanted to mention to you too. I saw a stat. Jalen Mills was targeted 24 times in this past game. 24 times he was thrown at against the Giants. Ooh. So obviously defensive coordinators are circling Money Mills, the Green Goblin, and they're going at him. There's not you tell me he was thrown at 24 times in one game. I think there's only 2 other cornerbacks in the league who have been thrown at 24 times so far in this season,
Jesus.
all together. He's been thrown at 24 times in a game.
That's
so.
Oh.
No wonder he gave up 2 touchdowns.
Right.
Now imagine Phillip Rivers is sitting there watching Eli Manning's tape. He gets the ball out faster than Eli Manning.
He's better than Eli Manning.
He's better than Eli Manning. I think they're same draft class. Yeah. They're on the same boat right now.
Yes.
Ooh, it's sinking
going.
Really
yeah.
fast.
Hey.
But like we said, desperation brings out.
It's going right off the Niagara Falls. That boat. Look, they're desperate.
San Diego. Oh, yeah. They're not even in San Diego anymore.
I heard they're going back. That's a whole nother.
Really?
Yeah, I heard it's a failed.
Just put the whole thing in rice, honestly. Who cares?
Oh, man.
Who cares? Who cares? But never mind.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But for this week coming up, we're going to be playing in LA. And what is it, a 20, 30,000 seat stadium.
Yeah, it's like
how
a
many Eagles
soccer
fans do you
stadium.
think are going to be there?
I don't know.
I think there's going to be a lot.
I think more than we think.
I think there's going to be like
I think there's gonna be
50%
more
Eagles
than-
fans, and that can help.
Definitely.
Is that
team
the
that's
stadium that's
battered?
like they're having like?
It's like a soccer stadium.
It's a soccer stadium.
No.
Like, you ever been to the Union Stadium or
No,
seen it? It's
no.
like that size. Or like you've seen the
Right.
New York Red Bull Stadium.
No.
It's like that. But yeah.
I think
mean,
that's going to play a huge factor because San Diego,
like
when they
Sullivan
were
Bank Arena.
Okay.
Yeah.
when they were San Diego, they didn't really have a huge home field advantage, and now they really don't
No,
have a home field
absolutely
advantage
not.
at all.
Absolutely.
So I think that's going to
not.
help in our defensive favor.
You're gonna see more Ravens fans in that game than LA Chargers.
So who needs to be here though? Like what's the biggest piece?
I think it all starts up front. I mean, Hicks is listed as a full participant, but they always lie on these things.
Yeah.
You never know
Right.
if they're
He's not.
actually going to be 100%.
Hicks is gonna play, but
It's an ankle
between
injury.
100%. And here's the thing too, because what draft class was Hicks? So he's right after. He's 2014.
I think so.
2014.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's got like this year and another year before
Right.
like a contract, I think. Right? Yeah. So he has to play.
Oh, yeah.
Like he is playing. Like if he can't.
He's making his money now.
Right, he's got to play to make that money because he's
Right.
gonna command some money, some
Oh, yeah.
dollars. So is he gonna play at 100%? Like if he's not 100%, I'd imagine he would still play because, I mean, look,
And
Money to be made.
and that's huge. But still, I started to say, I think it all starts up front with Fletcher.
right, absolutely.
It just
So
Imagine that.
we're a little bit over. So 3 minutes
Uh-oh.
left on the clock. It's actually like 2:40, 2:39, 2:38. Final thoughts.
2-minute drill.
Can the Eagles survive without Fletcher Cox and let's say Darby?
I think these next 3 games, I think we can pull it off. Only because the only team out of these next 3 teams, being those teams, the Chargers, the Cardinals, the Panthers, Chargers are the ones that concern me the most. If we can get past the Chargers, I'm not too worried about washed up Carson Palmer.
Right.
And I'm definitely not worried about Cam Newton the way he's been sticking it up.
Yeah, I think
I
you
I
X
mean,
that as well.
it all hinges on this next game. If we can get past the Chargers, then I'm really comfortable about us going forward the next 2 weeks after that.
Absolutely. But here's, and I'll let you finish, Dougie.
Okay.
If we don't, this is like I don't want to say it's a must win in my eyes, but it definitely is because like 2-2.
If we're gonna fall into the trap, this shouldn't be the trap we fall into.
Hey, look. I don't know that this team can survive without Fletcher Cox, really. I mean, if you're not going to get home against,
Right.
If you're not going to get home, he's going to pick you apart.
Right.
That's what he's always done. Look, it's no secret. Our secondary is cornerback. We're in the same spot we were with cornerbacks last year. And I don't want to hear anybody jump into our comments and say, like, oh, Rasul Douglas is, he was so amazing. Like, yes, but he's also a rookie.
Right.
And I saw him in training camp, and he's literally was hot and cold on every other play, and he still missed tackles last game. He had a good game, yes, but he's a rookie. And rookies play like rookies, and rookies make rookie mistakes. Am I right? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Fully agree.
So look, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they can Fletcher Cox get back. I think they might be able to piece some things together. Maybe the offense will carry them. But if the defense has to carry this team, this unit without Fletcher Cox, Darby, and especially if Hicks is not at 100% mass, forget about it.
It's going to be brutal. I agree. Really, really quick. I got 34 seconds left. Fletcher Cox being out. There's only 3 defensive tackles listed on the roster. You got Qualls, 5th round pick. You got Bo Allen and Tim Jernigan. It's going to be very, as paper thin as we were in the secondary last game. We're going to be just as bad in the defensive tackle.
Yeah.
You know how much Schwartz likes to rotate people.
And
It's going to be scary.
Yes.
I don't think they're going to be able to survive with all these injuries.
And you talk about people benefiting from Fletcher Cox. 3 seconds left. Timmy Jernigan. How about that? Like his production, what will he be without Fletcher Cox?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a big question there too. So look, this was roundtable discussion. You got our thoughts on what the Eagles will be able to do with that defense over there without Fletcher Cox, Jordan Hicks not at 100%, and without Darby. And obviously, like we know, our guys compete hard. We're not knocking them for that, but at some point it comes down. It gets past X's and O's, and how good are you? So hey, you got our opinion. We'd love to hear yours. Jump in our comments, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. You know, Birds Fly Talk is serving it up, and we're serving it up midnight green style. Also, one other, did you guys see Terrence Brooks got AFC Defensive Player of the Week? Terrence Brooks on the Jets, who we traded, safety, who we could have probably used last week. Yeah.
That's so.
Isn't that so annoying?
Howie.
See, I tell you guys, man, he makes a lot of good moves, but sometimes he
Yeah.
gets carried away. Anyway, this was roundtable discussion. I'm a Howie Roseman fan.
Me
I'm
too.
just saying. But that is. Listen, my phone does not.
I don't know if it picked it up, but man,
Yeah.
your phone is always going off.
But I think it's this segment.
Yeah, it really is.
And people calling in. But anyway, look, this was roundtable discussion. This was Kevin Taylor,
Dougie Hines.
Big Mike.
and this was Birds Fly Talk. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Peace.